All right, cool. So welcome to the Funded Trader webinar. It is October 11th. We haven't done one of these community updates in about 3 weeks now. And obviously there have been a lot of changes, right? There have been a lot of updates, positive, and as you guys have voiced, some negative. So we want to go over all these things. That way everyone can be updated and obviously informed as to exactly what is going on. Part of this, how you guys are going to help out with me to go through everything is we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the webinar. The way that the winner, there's going to be 3 winners selected. The way the winners will be selected is you're going to put in the chat one question that you have that you want answered on the webinar. So go into the chat, post one question that you guys have that you want answered. As part of the second half of the webinar, I'm going to go through and answer as many questions as possible. And then all these phase 2 guys, I also want you, I'm going to think of something for you guys to post in there as well, but post one question that you guys do have that you want answered by me on the webinar, and in the second half, we'll go through that. Obviously, I hope you all are doing well. If you're new to the community, I mean, it has grown pretty fast, pretty quickly, which is obviously amazing. There have been a lot of people joining from other firms, specifically FT. I will say, if you're joining from FT and you're frustrated about things that have gone on there, don't take it out on us. I mean, we're not them. You know, it's not fair to, you know, say that any other firm is the same as any other firm, because at the end of the day, they are led by different people. All of us have different technology, and really all of us have different strategies when it comes to our business. So we're going to get into what those strategies are with our business as well. That way you guys can become a little bit more comfortable. For those that are new to the Funded Trader, we are a funding firm, obviously, where you take our 2-step evaluation, we come down here. Our rules, 1 to 200 leverage. This is in the challenge phase. We have minimum trading days of 5 now. Target for phase 1 is 10%. Target for phase 2 is 5%. Our max loss is the best in the industry. 6% daily loss, 12% total. Profit splits 80%. So we originally started, these are the pillars of our business. We are started by 4 different partners. 3 of us have been in the space for quite some time. You guys notably probably know Blake. Most of you have come here from Blake or from Forex League. So our whole entire, pitch is that we are traders ourselves. So I personally have been trading with FTMO since 2019, not completely funded the entire time, but I'm saying challenge-wise is when I first found out about them. And obviously I was kind of in a lot of your shoes, where when I found out about FTMO, it was a very eye-opening experience for myself, because as opposed to trying to save money, build capital for my own personal account, everything shifted to how can I get funded and manage this much larger account with very little amount of money. I mean, someone $8 and 1,000 on their account, so literally 800 for $50,000 gain. That's insane. Obviously, you have to be skilled though. So I personally have a lot of experience. Obviously, Blake has a lot of experience with these funding firms. He's in touch with every single one of them, all the owners, doing his interviews and everything like that on his YouTube page. Then our other partner, Nick, he runs Forex League, so has about 8 years of industry experience. And then our other partner, Carlos, is more on the business side of things, helping us. And we're going to do some webinars with Nick and Carlos. Actually, Blake is going to do an interview with Carlos very soon, just so that he can give you guys a little bit more background on who he is, so everyone can completely understand who is actually running this entire business. So one of our pillars, authentic traders. So obviously we are traders, so it's made by us. So we're trying to make things as super competitive. We're trying to make the rules as open as possible. Obviously we'll get into that. Client focus. So one of our pillars is trying to provide the best customer support as possible. Currently, we are a little bit understaffed because we have grown recently, but we are looking to expand our customer support team. And we do have a lot of people that have submitted their applications. We will be getting back to everyone this week with replies to the resumes that you had sent out. Whether you're getting an interview or not, we will hit you back just to let you know kind of where you are in the process. High scaling plan. So you can scale the account up to 1.5 million USD. That is a total. So if you have multiple accounts, each one cannot scale up. It's only a total can scale up. And you have to, over the course of 3 months, be profitable 2 out of 3 months and average 2% per month in order to qualify for that. And you also get bumped up now to 90% profit splits once you qualify for the first scaling plan. And then preferred platforms. So we are currently only on MT4. We're going to be bringing MT5 probably by the end of this year. It all really depends what goes on with our broker. Right now, we're just setting up an MT4 broker. We could add MT5 onto that broker for sure, but we're more focused on just getting MT4 right out the gate. So those are pretty much the 4 pillars. Obviously, website, we've had some people who love it, some people who don't love it. We really just love the gamify, experience. We're trying to gamify things as much as possible. We do have a new website that is going to be on the way. So we're going to completely reinvent the entire website. So it's a little bit more updated, a little bit more in line with obviously the scale of the business and everything, and a little bit more professional. So website update is coming, guys. Stay tuned. That's something that we're working on for the next month here. So obviously, there have been some changes in October, most notably the 5 minimum trading days. So the reason that we decided to come down with the minimum trading days is there has been some processing when it comes to the funded account, as everyone knows. Once you submit your final documents, what actually happens, everyone just thinks we can throw you all these accounts like as soon as you guys submit your documents. And it's pretty foolish because all of the documents need to be verified. Right now, we don't have an automated KYC system. So our KYC goes through our attorney. So whenever you submit your proof of billing, your ID, and your trader's agreement, our attorney has to prove all of those documents. And obviously, there has been a lot of traders that are becoming funded. So that has backed up the process. So we send that over to our attorney as fast as possible. And then pretty much it's whenever they have the time and hit us back. They are obviously on retainer, but they are busy. So whenever they hit us back and approve the document, sometimes there are issues on our end where we have to contact the person to resubmit and whatnot. But that is why there are delays with the funded accounts going out. So what we're doing to help compensate with that is going to be to lower the minimum trading days. So they were last time 8 days, now it's 5. So you can pass your challenge in 10 days. If you are using Nash markets, you can pass it in 10 days, not business days. If you're using Purple Trader, it's going to be 10 business days. So that's going to be actually about like 14 days that you can pass as fast as possible with both, and obviously with the Nash markets, it's going to be 10 days. So a little bit faster with Nash markets. Definitely keep that in mind. That's because you can trade crypto on Nash markets. So if you pass both challenges in 5 days, and then you do get 5 days long, your phase 2 credentials within 36 hours. The reason we do a delay on the phase 2 credentials, guys, is because we don't want people passing the challenges in one trade. So we don't want everyone just passing both challenges based on the same setup. I don't think that it makes sense when we're doing an evaluation. So that's why there is a 36 hours delay. So it's 5 days, 36-hour delay, which brings this to 6 days if you pass in the minimum, and then another 5 days. So fastest you can pass is 11 days. Fastest you can get funded is about 20 days. Fastest you can get your first withdrawal is a month and 20 days, because once you get funded, you have to trade for the first 30 days to qualify for your first profit split. Now, some people might sit here and say that's a long time, to get funded. At the end of the day, guys, this is an evaluation. Normal prop firms, I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this. Normally, how a prop firm works is you put up $10,000 and you get trained for 1 year, and then after 1 year, they start to allocate capital to you guys. So don't be impatient. The opportunity is obviously an incredible opportunity. Don't be that guy that has greed and wants the account like ASAP and then gets in and just fails the first week. I mean, we've seen guy or girl, we've seen countless people do that right now. It's really sad, you know, to see someone in the chat begging for the account and then they just fail it the first week. So definitely just exercise some patience when it comes to getting the account. If the goal is to have it for the rest of the year, I mean, you're going to get the account in less than a month if you pass everything as soon as possible, and then you can literally have the account for, you know, the next 3 years. So let's just be a little bit more diligent in our, you know, process for getting everything and be patient. We are working to get the funded that like time frame between us getting you the accounts or passing, getting the documents, getting you accounts. How that's going to be solved is having a more robust KYC document verification system. And obviously that way we wouldn't have to use our lawyer to approve literally everything. So minimum trading days changed to 5. And then the other addition is going to be the 400K challenge. So the reason we're bringing the 400K challenge into the mix is because we did get away from trade copiers. The reason we're getting away from trade copiers is because we're getting a lot of account management going on. So basically, one trader is trading a lot of accounts for people. This creates a lot more risk for the business. There's a reason that there's a max account size when it comes to the business. Our investors don't want one person managing 50 accounts, 20 accounts, even 10 accounts, right? The goal was to have 600K be the max. So we're getting a lot of people doing account management. We're getting a lot of people doing what's called grid trading, where they're buying multiple challenges from multiple firms, pitting them against each other, passing them. So we're getting a lot of those things happening. Now, the only way that we can prevent trade copiers from being used is when there is a trade being placed with a trade copier or an EA in the back end of the broker. If you go into the log files, there is actually a comment that is made that is, it's not really a comment, it's more just a mechanism that tells us how the trade was executed. There's like 4 categories. It's called like expert, dealer, something else, 2 other ones, so manual, whatever. So that's like an automatic thing. It's not something you can edit or change. It's just like a back end broker kind of broker plugin or whatever you want to call it. So the only way we can prevent trade copiers from being used is essentially banning the expert advisors, which obviously has gotten a lot of negative feedback because people want to use trade management tools. At the end of the day, the trade management tools obviously help a lot of people, which is why it is a negative and people have been upset about that. I will say in the future, once we do have our own broker and we have some different plugins and more access to the back end of the broker, there could be a situation where we do reintroduce or allow people to use EAs again. But I will say for now, the rule is pretty much set in stone where EAs will be, effectively not allowed, and trade copiers as well. So that is why we brought the 400K challenge. This way, you guys can take before people were buying multiple 200Ks and connecting them via trade copier. Now you can just either purchase a 50K, 100K, 200K, or 400K. No need to purchase multiple of them. If you want to go up in size, go for the 400K. Once you do become merge, you have a trade copier, you can simply just merge them all together. So for you guys that are just joining, make sure to post in the chat one question that you have. We're going to have a giveaway at the end of the session. And I'm going to pick the winners just by picking someone who's posted a question. So, and for someone that's saying, sir, what is the webinar all about? This is a community update. So we're basically just updating you on some recent changes, some things that are going on. Now, the EA rule and the trade copier rule, not to get confused, guys, if you purchased before the announcement, you are not affected by this. If you move into phase 2, you're not affected by this. If you become funded from an account that was purchased before the change, you are not affected by this. There was a little bit of confusion about this. I'm not sure why. It's kind of just common sense. If you purchased with the rules being one way and something was changed, obviously we would either have to refund you or we'd have to refund you if we change the rules on you in the middle of you doing your challenge. So if you purchase beforehand, the rules are not changing for you. That's not fair. It doesn't make any sense. So the rules do remain the same. Now, if you purchase a new challenge, say you have a funded account right now with the old rules and you purchase a new challenge and you end up passing, if you do want to merge those accounts in the funded environment, the new rules will apply. So if you want to merge something with the old rules and the new rules to accounts, the new rules will apply to that old account. So keep that in mind when you guys are doing the new challenges. So let's go ahead and some other updates here. I mentioned the website earlier. Obviously, the leaderboard this month is live. We had a lot of questions, concerns about the leaderboard. Obviously, a good amount of people have submitted their links. You will not display on the leaderboard if you're not in profit, quite simply. So if you haven't made any profit yet, guys, you're not going to display on the leaderboard. Only displays accounts that are in profit. And again, the rules for this, you got to create a 50K or 100K demo account with broker of your choice, preferably Nash Markets. Connect the demo account to my FX book. All the links are in here. So there's literally a step-by-step instruction guide in here on how to do all this. Not sure why these photos are not uploading, but I'll look into this. But yeah, literally step-by-step instructions, guys, how to upload your link into FX book and make it public, and then where exactly to submit it. And then pretty much the reason the numbers are this large is the plugin that we are using, for whatever reason, multiplies whatever number you submit for the performance points times 100. So this person's technically up 328%. This person's up 201%. This person's up 182, 128, so on and so on. So keep that in mind. That's all explained up here as well. So each performance point is connecting to your FX book. 1% is 100 performance points. Performance points reset on a trailing base. So this resets every month. Everyone is submitted for October. You can only submit one account per user. So if you are submitting multiple users or multiple accounts with multiple users, you will automatically be failed. So keep that in mind. Don't break the rules here. Follow all the rules of the standard challenge and you guys will win. Last month, the first place winner was all the way down here at like 15th or 16th, simply because all these people didn't follow the rules. They didn't trade the minimum days. They didn't have the right leverage when they created the account, so on and so on. They failed the daily drawdown, whatever other ways they went about failing. They submitted multiple accounts. So all you have to do is follow the rules, guys. Follow the rules and you guys will have a great chance to win. If you're all the way down here at the end of the month, but you simply follow the rules, you're giving yourself a great chance to win this. In the middle of the month, I'll go ahead, and if people have failed at the top, I'll go ahead and clean this up so it's less discouraging, so we can kind of get a more true sense of who is leading this. Obviously, if this person's up 328%, it's most likely that they failed. They failed the challenge, like, just to be honest. So I'll go ahead, I'll go through, update those. This right here shows the previous winners. Last month, we started including the FX book in here. So you can see the first 3 winners, what their FX book looked like for the month of September. Obviously, already 4 months in the books. Pretty wild, guys, how it's already been 4 months that we've been doing the leaderboard, and it's only going to continue to grow. There are going to be more opportunities as we get through the rest of this year. So if you haven't joined for October, make sure next month we'll submit the link. It's a free way to earn an account. First place gets 100K challenge, second place gets 50K, third place gets 50% off any challenge. So yeah, that's the leaderboard. Let's go back here. Now let's go over the funded trader leaderboard, or the profits tab up here. So every single day, this is going to be updated. These are the funded traders. So these are the people that actually have funded accounts. This is currently how they're doing on their accounts. This is going to be after, I believe, their profit split, or actually this is before. So this is what their current balance is at. Obviously, they're awarded 80% of this. So every single day, this is updated with the top 10 traders who is up the most on their account. Obviously, the leader is up 55K right now. Feel free to come down here, leave a comment. If you guys have any questions on what's going on. This guy's in second place. I think that was before Terrell took over. But yeah, so make sure you guys come check this out. It's kind of just like a motivational thing. You could see what people with funded accounts are actually doing, how much money they're up and whatnot. And yeah, I think it's a cool thing for you guys to see here. So other than that, I just want to do an update on the My Accounts tab. So let's come into here. We obviously have these 8 kind of boxes right here with different things, the account review requests. So now that we have the new dashboard, guys, we don't need to submit account review requests. If you have the old dashboard, which means if you're still using the dashboard on this site right here, not the newly updated one that tracks everything. And I'll go ahead, see if I can pull this up. So this is the login for the new dashboard right here, guys. If you guys are not logging in through this, if you're still working on the old dashboard, then you have to submit an account review request when you're done. If you're on the new dashboard right here, if you have received an email and got new credentials to this screen, then you guys don't have to submit review requests. It gets reviewed automatically, which is obviously really cool because before it was like kind of a headache. Everyone had to submit their requests for review and all that, their accounts for review. Took a few days. Now everything is automated. So from the point at which you purchase a challenge to the point at which you get a funded account, all of it is pretty much automated besides you having to submit your documents. We're almost done getting everyone from the old dashboard to the new one. Once that is done, this will then be replaced. Not sure what is going to be replaced here to fill the space, you know, what else we're going to put in here, but that is going to be replaced. There no longer be manual account reviews. If you are a funded trader, this is how you request your withdrawal. Obviously, once you pass, this is how you submit your documents. Your trader's agreement will be sent to you in the mail. I know there is a copy on the website in the FAQ, but it will be sent to you in the email because we have to sign it and then we'll send it out to you. So everyone that's just joining, make sure to drop a question. We're going to start to get into the Q&A part of the webinar. I just wanted to deliver all these updates for you guys. October has brought some cool changes to the funded trader, and next month there is going to be some amazing changes as well as we do work to redo the website. And obviously a lot of people I see are asking questions about the broker. And for those that don't know, creating your own broker is not the easiest thing in the world. First of all, we are not creating, like, just to be clear, we are personally not creating our own broker. Instead, how this all is going to work, and we have to be very clear in our messaging in light of especially everything going on in the industry. So take this with a grain of salt. How this has to go down is there is a broker being created that funded trader will be utilizing. This broker will be called Kingdom Capital. What's going to happen is we have all the traders' data. Funded trader will be licensing that data to another company. So another company will use that data to then trade with. That data will then be utilized to obviously make the profits with the traders' trades, and then everything will be, you know, paid out from that licensing deal with this other firm. So that is how it's going to work, guys. The data is being licensed out, is going to be utilized by another company, another broker. Funded Trader is not a broker. Funded Trader has never been a broker. Funded Trader is simply a funding entity, and this is how most firms are set up legally, especially firms within the US, because there's a ton of regulation here. So yeah, if you guys have questions surrounding that, I know a lot of people are like bugging out, like, oh, does funded trader copy trades, all this, blah, 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 blah. They want to know like literally what we do on a daily basis for the back end of the entire business. It's understandable. At the same time, these types of things are illegal, legal situations. We have to be careful with what information we are sharing, and like what our messaging is, because we are in obviously an industry that is regulated. So we are going to be doing a video with Blake, kind of explaining how all of this works, kind of what the broker does with the trades, everything like that. at the end of the day, this is a business model. There's multiple streams of revenue for the business. Obviously, sign-up fees are a stream of revenue for the business. But to think that the firm pays everyone out only with the sign-up fees would be kind of dumb. I don't think that's scalable. I don't think it makes sense to do that. I mean, we see with this other firm that I guess was saying they only do sign-up fees. Now everyone thinks everyone does sign-up fees. But I can tell you the biggest firms are not doing sign-up fees. They're capitalizing on the data, and they're making money off of the trades. That's kind of the whole point of all this. So yeah, that'll be a video on that will be released soon. We're actually trying to get someone on the interview that works in a technology company which assists prop firms in setting up like the back end of their businesses when it comes to managing all the order flow and stuff like that, which would be super interesting because it just comes down to like education and people not being aware of what's really going on. And then that's why there's a lot of doubt, right? It's like anything else. The more like less information that you do have about a situation, the more uncertainty there is going to be, not to get too philosophical here. And then there's gonna be a lot of skepticism. That's kind of what's going on now, especially in light of like with another firm kind of folding and fucking a lot of people over. Excuse my language. Now there's a lot of skepticism, a lot of people, that want to know like exactly what's going on, which is what it is. And I think the more information that we can contribute to the community, which is kind of the whole point of Blake's channel anyway, is to educate people on prop firms and like how everything works and everything like that, and like review them. The more education we can give to our community, not only help us out, honestly, it'll help other firms out as well. And we're not trying to be a monopoly here. We're trying to have the entire industry grow kind of as a whole. Obviously, as a business, we are looking to grow as big as possible, and we are trying to be the market leaders. But it doesn't hurt us if other companies grow as well. If anything, competition, in my opinion, is always going to be the best situation for everyone, the customer and the business as well. It's going to continue to push us to innovate and to honestly just be better. If we were just the only firm and no one else was competing with us, it'd be very easy for us to be complacent, not to continue to try to drive more value to everyone. So little competition isn't bad, guys. We encourage it, and we look forward to obviously competing with the other big firms. Now, for the people that are like saying like, oh, funded trader is better than FTMO, let's just be pretty frank. FTMO has been around like 8 years. Funded trader's been around like 5 months, right? So we obviously have a lot of the technology that we need to be compatible or to be comparable to this firm. But FTMO, I use FTMO myself a long time. They have definitely been the industry leaders for quite some time. So we look forward to obviously improving our product, updating our website, very much like they have over the years, doing continuous technology improvements. And our competition, we're not looking at FTMO. We're not trying to jump them. We're simply looking at where we are right now. And we are saying we can be better in this, we can be better in that. A lot of it comes from your feedback, right? So your feedback is going to be very important, guys, in kind of moving this whole thing forward. I know in the Discord, sometimes there's a lot of back and forth. I'm the one on the Forex League account, and there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of people that come in there. There's like fights that go on, stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, the feedback that we get from everyone is what we look at and utilize to actually make changes and to push this forward. Now, if you don't have any respect, you come in the chat, don't know how to you're having a time, you're obviously going to be restricted, or you're going to be in some way told to leave the server, because the server is not here for you to complain all day. You have an issue, respectfully state what your issue is in the suggestions tab. If you have an issue that's bigger, then message me personally, message Blake personally. But if you simply will like what we're doing, no need to come in and literally like tell us. Like, if you don't want to support us and try to help us move forward, then just leave. Like, just go to another firm. We know there's a lot out there. Just leave, go to another one, use their rules. I think a lot of people that are in there that are talking like this, they honestly do like what we're doing. They like the branding, they like the team, but they are frustrated on some things. and that's certainly understandable. But if you go to the point at which we feel like you literally like hate us or just like whatever, like then it's not like a community thing. It's not like a positive feel. Like just leave. Like we don't need another customer. Like it's okay. Like you can go do your thing. Um, so yeah, that's it for the ranting of the webinar. Let's go. No bad energy. Yeah. Let's go through the questions now. We have a lot of questions here. So we're going to take the next 30 minutes or so and kind of go through the Q&A piece of this. So everyone that just joins, make sure you're posting a question here. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the webinar. I'm going to just stop sharing my screen for 1 second because the way that I like to do this is I'll write down the question inside of like a sticky note, and then that way you guys can just see what question that I'm actually answering at the moment. So get those questions in there. If you guys have been dying to ask something, now's the time. Don't waste the opportunity. All you got to do is write in there. Let me know if you can see my screen one more time. I should be in the bottom left corner over here. So let's go ahead, scroll up to the top. Obviously, a lot of questions. Will you be reducing your targets? So this one is an interesting question. So will you be reducing your targets for phase 1 and 2? Oh, it's so annoying how it does this. Let me see if I can do one thing here. Oh, now you're seeing my to-do list. Let's see. I'm gonna just have to type this out. All right. Oh man. You guys see I gotta pay rent. All right, so first one is going to be, will you be reducing, freaking type this out, your phase 1 and phase 2 targets? So the reason that we're not going to be reducing the phase 1 and phase 2 targets, guys, it's pretty simple. We're pretty confident in the model that we have, the 6% daily drawdown and the 12% overall. If we were to adjust to an 8% target, we would have to reduce the 6% and the 12% daily. So it really comes down to, what do you guys like more? Do you like more room to work with? Do you like the 6% daily and the 12%? Or would you prefer to just have an 8% target for the challenge? That's kind of what it comes down to. The rapid accounts. So honestly, like the rapid accounts are going to be coming soon, but to be honest, we haven't spent too much time in product development for what they actually are. Obviously, there's a lot of firms out there that are doing like aggressive challenges, aggressive evaluation models, instant funding. I think rapid accounts will be more in the line of like instant funding, lower leverage, but obviously the ability to make profits right away. The thing that's challenging about launching something like this is, just to be quite frank, I mean, we see this with another firm, they got rid of their challenge model specifically for these like rapid accounts. And the accounts just don't make sense. Like the way that the programs are set up are very unfair for people. And I don't know why people buy these things, because it's like impossible to make money. Like I think one of them, you'd literally have to like average like 5% a month for the year just to like break even on the account with like the monthly subscriptions and all that. So we're not trying to open like that. At the same time, we're in business, right? We're a business, so we are trying to make money. But at the same time, in light of Blake being our partner, we're trying to offer something that actually is beneficial for the customer, right? It's not just about being beneficial for us, because long term, the more that we give back, I think this is something that is kind of one of my virtues, and it's what we need to stick to, is the more that we deliver fair results, fair challenges, fair programs for you guys, for the clients. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, we're going to grow larger and might make less money now, but in the long run, we'll be a much larger firm, and obviously have more dominance in the market. So we're trying to offer something that's competitive. That's kind of what our main focus is. There's some development that goes involved with that. And then also with launching the rapid accounts, that's something that we probably want to launch the biweekly payouts simultaneously to doing that. There's currently no way to automate the payouts without kind of having a whole support team to handle the payouts. So we are going to wait until we have the support team in place. The rapid accounts will be launching simultaneously with the biweekly payouts. Someone had like an amazing suggestion about having a wallet similar to like a broker, but not like a broker, obviously, but essentially just a place that you can transfer your money and hold it into that's not in your account, and you're not withdrawing it, but you're just kind of holding it there. And then you can do payouts, from that wallet whenever. That's something that we're also going to be looking into integrating as well. That's going to kind of be like, here are like the next kind of phases of Funded Trader: new website, new backend when it comes to payouts. Biweekly payouts will be included in that. Also, that wallet feature, we're trying to get that included. And then the rapid challenge. So that's kind of like three things to look forward to right now when it comes to Funded Trader. Why no more trade copiers? So we already went over this in the beginning of the webinar. If you missed that, make sure to rewatch it. This will be posted on YouTube. The EA thing as well, we already went over that in the beginning, so make sure you guys go back and take a look. Why don't you guys have 10K and 25K? Originally, we didn't have 10K and 25K simply because it was going to take more time because things weren't automated. Now that things are automated, we were considering adding the 25K, but we instead added the 400K. We don't want to have like 20 options for challenges. We want things to be as simple as possible. So we don't want like a 5K, 10K, 25K. It's just too much to keep track of. So we're going to stick to the basics here. If you're not, it comes down to this, guys. If you're not ready for a 50K challenge, if you don't have $300, then don't take the challenge, right? If you're not, you don't have extra cash, if you're not putting aside from your job, because most people are probably working jobs right now that are not funded. If you don't have enough money, then wait until you have an income stream that you can use and leverage to try these challenges out. I know at one point I was thinking of it like this when I was doing these things. It was like, what should I spend money on? Should I fund my account with $1,000 one time a month, or should I purchase a 200K challenge? If I pass 200K challenge, then I'm going to unlock obviously 20x that times that amount. So this just comes down to kind of financial literacy. Don't spend money you don't have. If you don't have enough money for the 50K, then don't go above and beyond yourself. Don't use credit cards. Like, don't do any of that. Wait till you're ready. Wait till you're in a position financially. And if you're not in a position financially, a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram. Obviously we have the page asking for handouts, and I'm huge proponent of handout or whatever. I'm against handouts. Get a job, guys. I had a job. I had multiple jobs before I became self-employed. So get a job. Whether we have jobs available with us, there's so many jobs out there, guys. Get a job and save money if you want to purchase things. Don't ask for handouts. It's literally ridiculous. All right. How is the own broker thing developing? So let's put here, when is broker coming? So just to be clear, we are not going to be a broker. We're not going to have our own broker. We're simply partnering with a broker that's being created. It is called Kingdom Capital. Pretty cool name if you ask me. And that is coming soon. We're in the document phase, or Kingdom Capital is in the document phase of creation. So we're working with them closely, trying to get things set up. I mean, honestly, it could be 2 weeks from now, or it's probably going to be in under a month where this is going to go down. So this is coming very soon. And once we are working with Kingdom Capital, there will be live accounts given out for the funded traders. That indice rule, where there's like, for the funded people, is no longer going to be a thing. We're not going to need to implement that anymore. And there's going to be another couple other things that are going to happen once that goes down, which will be mentioned kind of soon. So that is coming. It's going to be cool. It's called Kingdom Capital. So I can't wait for you guys to obviously see that. Can I copy my trade from one evaluation to the next? So there are no trade copiers allowed. Let me just check this out. From one evaluation to the next. So there are no trade copiers allowed anymore. If you purchase before October 6th, you can use a trade copier. If you purchase after October 6th, cannot use a trade copier. If you simply want to have a larger account, just purchase the 400K. Let's go back to the home page here. Just purchase the higher account size if you guys do want to have a larger account. Let's go here. What have you planned in the future? Is there something you can share? Yeah, I kind of went over it. Just the website, the the new broker that's coming, the wallet, just some updates that are going to overall improve the user experience for you guys. We do have an entire like achievements thing that we want to build out for traders, but it's going to be a little bit harder to integrate with the accounts and to track it. We want it to be sort of like Call of Duty, where you like have all these different ways to earn points and whatnot, and you get multiple kills. For us, it'd be like you hit 3 trades in a row, you make 10K in a day, stuff like that. This would be specifically for funded traders. They would earn points and be able to use them like in the store that we're going to have and stuff like that. So that's going to be coming soon. Let's see. I'd like to know. Let's see. So again, guys, post a question in here if you want it answered. Please go through reasoning behind not using any type of VA so everyone can better understand. So I've already answered this, but we can go ahead and answer this again. The reason we're not allowing EAs, guys, is because of the fact that people are doing trade management on a large scale that we're noticing, which increase the risk for the business, and our investors do not want someone managing more than the 600K without obviously going through the scaling plan. We're also seeing what's called grid trading amongst different firms. People are buying multiple different firms and then grid trading the accounts so that one goes up, one goes down. So the only way to eliminate this is to get rid of trade copiers. The only way to get rid of trade copiers is to eliminate the EAs. Now, EAs, for the most part, honestly, lose a lot of money, right? We've seen tons of people use EAs. They fail challenges left and right. Guys, it'd be beneficial for us to allow EAs. The few that are good allow us to make more money. The few that are bad allow us to get a lot of money in sign-up fees, quite frankly. So we're not, at the end of the day, we're not like the devil against EAs out here. We're just trying to manage the risk for our business. And this trade management thing is definitely an issue, especially trade management where people are selling the EAs and then they're basically like 20 different people are using the same EA. I hate to break it to you guys, but anyone that knows an EA very well, you can't sell an EA on a mass scale without there being kind of small adjustments and not over time have it be successful, like 1 year down the road, 2 years down the road. Like there needs to be slight deviations in the scripting, in the code. And I don't know anything about EAs. This is like just what I've been told by someone who builds them. There has to be slight deviation in the code, in essentially the strategy, or if there's an EA doing the same exact thing, it's kind of eliminating the purpose of it. It's kind of creating conditions in the market where there's many people doing the same thing, which is obviously over time not going to last because the market's going to learn and adapt from that. So that's just something that I've been told recently. Someone who builds EAs. I mean, I myself obviously have used EAs in the past. We're not the devil against EAs. Again, our investors just want to eliminate risk for the business with this trade management. And that is one way we can do this. Now, everyone is now trying to find ways to get around the EA rule. You really can't get around it because in the back end, it's called the MetaTrader admin. For like a broker, there's basically a way to hard coded into the accounts that says an expert's use. It just says how the trade was executed, based on the MT4 terminal. So as soon as someone gets sense that an expert's use, the account will be failed automatically. It's not like we're going to manually review for EAs or anything like that. So definitely keep that in mind. I don't want people buying accounts thinking they can use the EA, on the low, and then they just fail, and then they're like complaining even more. So there's other firms. If you want to use EAs, run it up over there. Like for us, fortunately, you can't use EAs. Any plans of free or discounted resets? Yeah, that's actually an interesting thing. I think we're going to kind of pull the people on doing that. There's another firm that's coming out that's doing this as well, kind of like a time extension. We want to do something similar. So there is a plan for discounted resets. There is not going to be a reset of your funded account. So if you do get funded and then blow your funded account, you can't pay to get it back, guys. Like you failed the account. I know it's like a desperation move to hit us up and to ask to get that account back, but kind of just is what it is. Like you sign the traders agreement, that's what the rules are, everything like that. When are the bi-weekly payouts coming? So that, as mentioned earlier, is going to be dropping with the rapid challenge, and they are going to be coming soon. I think the next big update, like this time we had like 4 kind of things updated simultaneously. The next update is going to be like the website, the bi-weekly payouts, the broker, a couple other things. Like it's going to be huge. So that's going to be before the end of the year. We have like 80 days left in the year. We can get all of that done in the next 80 days. Like that's going to be insane. Like that's going to be something that's going to put us way ahead of where we were projected to be at. You know, even though I think, you know, I think big out here, I'm leading the team. Like I'm always setting crazy expectations for everything that really do get done. But the fact that we would have all that done in the next 80 days is going to be a big task for sure. I don't want to underestimate that, but it's something that we are definitely looking to accomplish. As I said, the 0.5 lot indice rule will be reviewed once we are working with Kingdom Capital, the new broker. If I didn't default my trading rule, let's see. This is something people kind of ask all the time. If you know anything about really any of these firms, you know the answer to this. If you end the challenge in profit, but don't violate any of the rules and trade the minimum days, then you will be awarded a free retry for sure. That's how it works for us. And we have, I know some of them do like you only get 1 free retry or something. Ours is unlimited. So if you do this over and over and over again, you'll continue to get retries. At the end of the day, if you don't break any of the rules and you show that you're like a break-even trader, there's no reason to fail you. Like you should just keep trading, make small adjustments. Hopefully you can figure it out and then pass. For EAs, how do you protect proprietary source code when traders submit to? So you don't actually, we're not having anyone submit their EAs anymore. We're not doing that. So let me go ahead and throw this question here. Before we were having people like submit kind of screenshots of their source code of the EA to show they were the creator of it. So for those that don't know, even before this, the rule for EAs was that you could only use an EA that you created yourself. This was, again, thinking process behind this was to kind of try to eliminate the whole account management thing with people, you know, hundreds of people buying the same EA and then running them, and then most of them just blowing up, but some of them passing the challenge, then blowing up once they're trading the funded money. That's like normally what happens for whatever reason. But you know, that's what the rule was for the EAs. You had to have your own EA anyway. So we did have a strict EA rule kind of to begin with. How long does it take to make? So yeah, we did discuss making our own kind of trade management EA by the funded trader. The only problem with this is I know this is going to happen. We're going to create a trade management EA, and then people are going to complain about how it's not working correctly and then blame us and ask us for refunds and all this stuff. So that's something that we're kind of like considering and thinking about with that. All right, this is a good question. This is kind of probably a beginner that asked this question that's new. My question is on the daily drawdown. What if I made 10% profit, then I lost 6.5% on the same day? Would I have violated because I would still have 3% profit? No. Long story short, you would not violate if you made 10% on the same day and then lost 6.5%. You would not have violated the challenge. You'd have to draw down minus 6.5%. Any given day would be actually the challenge. We're getting through these questions, guys. For those that are just joining, post one question in here. We're going to do a giveaway at the end. When is the funded trader broker coming? Again, we're not a broker. We're not in any way acting with a broker. We're partnering with a brokerage called Kingdom Capital. That is going to be coming within the next month. When will you get ctrader? Honestly, only 1% of people want ctrader. I know Purple Trading does offer ctrader. I don't know if it's compatible right now with our dashboard and our technology, but like just because of the fact that literally 1 out of 100 people want ctrader, it's not high on our priority list at the moment. I know Blake does want it, so eventually we will look to implementing it once we get a lot of this other kind of high priority stuff out of the way. Like I'd certainly rather work on the biweekly payouts than trying to bring ctrader. Is Purple Trading still available? Let's see, let me add this to make sure I get all the questions in here. And then MT5 will be coming actually sooner. So MT5 is definitely something that we'll implement once the broker is out. That'll be like the next phase of the broker. So phase 1, just get the broker out. Phase 2 is going to be MT5. Is Purple Trading still available? Yeah, Purple Trading is definitely available to utilize, guys. So if you want to go with Purple Trading, the only thing that's different is there's no crypto available on Purple Trading. So like I said, the challenge is going to be a little longer if you pass the minimum days, because you can't trade on the weekend to fill your minimum days. But Purple Trader is definitely available, and they have great spreads, very reliable broker, good liquidity partners with them too. So great execution, great spreads, great prices. So definitely check it out. Will we eventually get improved withdrawal timeframes? Yes. Let's see. So this is literally like ridiculous, this question. When will you do the video to provide evidence that you can back the trader's profits? I barely got into Forex, but sometimes the setups are there to make 100K a day. If you can make 100K a day, that's literally insane. Like if you think you can make 100K, literally like every single day or like in a day with a very small account, not to say it hasn't been done, right? But it's not the norm, right? It's not something that you should think is the norm for Forex. I think a lot of people in this industry, including myself, try to have that limitless mindset, right? Don't limit yourself. Say that you can make 100K in a day, make 200K in a day, 300K in a day. Guys, the best traders in history, the best Forex traders in history, they are trading very large accounts, huge accounts. That's how you're going to make that amount in a day. They're trading 1% per trade, 2% per trade. They're not trying to do these like account flips, all this, just like unrealistic kind of bullshit that's out there to get people to buy shit. They are trading massive accounts to make that 100K a day. I know someone was posting in the Discord about some dude using 2 lots on US 30. I think it was like in the Telegram actually for Forex League. Guys, there's a lot of people showing stuff that's unrealistic, right? It's not reality. Like people are manipulating the results, stuff like that. So what I will say is the video that shows like some of the processes that we use, it's really simple. The data that's being gathered from the traders, all the trades, that is being licensed to a brokerage company. They're using that data. They have a system, they have tools, technical tools, risk mitigation tools that they use to act as a broker to make money off that, like any other broker. That's how it goes down for people that don't know. I didn't know this, when I was just a customer of a funding company as well. I just thought everything was paid out in the signups, but that's how the business just explodes. Let's go. Why no 600K challenge? We kind of decided against the 600K challenge for no reason in particular. We just thought that there's definitely a large gap, 600 and 200. I think at the end of the day, it's responsible to have the 400K challenge for the trader. If you guys do want to add to the 400K afterwards, then you can purchase the 200K. We didn't want this price point becoming like anything too crazy. It would have had to become over like 2.5K, which is obviously a lot of money, and we didn't really want that price point to be on the website. Are scripts okay to use for trade entry? Yeah, if you're running scripts, they're not going to you're someone that's doing that. There's definitely ways to utilize scripts and different indicators to do some of the things that these EAs are doing. So we have a lot of repeat questions here. Any promotional discount those who coming from funding talent? Yeah, we are going to discuss a promotional discount that'll be coming soon, but at the moment there is nothing that is available. How many days receive payout after doing bank transfer? I think the bank transfer wise is always going to be like 1 to 3 days for the payout. And we're going to definitely have some more interviews coming up soon. So let me know, guys, in the YouTube comments, if you do enjoy those interviews with the funded traders. I think it's something that provides a lot of value to kind of see the insight on how someone who's actually profiting with a funding firm is kind of thinking, what their strategy is, how they got to where they are. What we're going to do as we grow larger is obviously only do interviews with people who have gotten payouts. I think that's the most valuable, credible thing for us to do, is obviously showcasing people that have made money with us. Any support related issues, definitely go to the chat. Will the data be used against me by the big banks? Listen, Hector, you're literally trading a 100K account with the funded trader. Don't worry about a big bank coming at you. Let's be honest here. Is it unlimited free retry? Yeah, it is unlimited free retries if you don't violate any of the rules. So you will get another challenge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a few other ones here. How's the affiliate system set up? Guys, if you want to be an affiliate, come over into the My Account section right here. Sign up to be an affiliate. Go to your affiliate dashboard right here. Put your name, everything like this. Then you'll be accepted. I've changed it to be accepted automatically now. So you'll immediately get access to the dashboard. If you don't, let me see. If you don't know how the whole affiliate thing works, then come into down here, this evaluation FAQ videos. And then there is a video on how to become an affiliate right here, which goes through, all the details on being an affiliate, what's involved with that. So if you have questions on that, definitely watch the YouTube video. If you guys want some other videos created to explain some things, definitely hit me up in the Discord and let me know. All right, this is a good one for some beginners. Is your daily drawdown calculated with the equity? Yes, daily drawdown is calculated with the equity. So if you have a floating equity, and not to confuse someone right now, but if you were up 10K yesterday and it floats overnight into today, so you're positive 10K, you'd have to lose 16K, or depending whatever account size you are, say you have 100K, you'd have to lose 16K to actually violate that daily drawdown. So it's based on equity, based on floating equity. Why do you have different leverages for the challenges? So we do have a higher leverage for the challenge. I think the industry standard is 1 to 100. That's what FTMO is. So that's what our funded accounts are. We did want to give a little bit higher leverage for the challenge. People were were requesting that as something that they wanted. So we kind of just wanted to accommodate based on the suggestions that people had. Kingdom Capital will be ECN, STP, or market maker. Kingdom Capital will be a market maker broker. So I know some people are going to be like, oh my God, market maker. Like, guys, the goal of the broker is to make money, right? The goal of the Kingdom Capital is to make money so that it can do payouts. I don't think the broker at the end of the day could be an STP based on the fact that funded traders, and people know this, we put this data out there, people are failing the funded accounts fast. They're getting them and failing them in the first week because psychologically they're just not able to handle the situation. So the broker is going to be a market maker broker. What this means is basically, and we'll get into more details in this, what the video is basically going to be about, is there will be a dealing desk. All the data that is going to be collected, or that is being collected from the traders, is going to be evaluated, and there's going to be a strategy within the brokerage on how to grow the brokerage's margin account with the data that we have. That way the broker makes as much money as possible, and obviously the payouts are directly copy everything one-to-one, based on the fact that more people are failing the funded accounts. It just wouldn't make sense. Just wouldn't make sense at the end of the day. So this just comes down to, again, education around prop firms. This is what prop firms have done for literally 100 years, right? This is what they've done for 100 years. This isn't something new. This isn't a brokerage, normal brokerage. This is a prop firm. It's a little bit different model on how this all works. The name of the game is using the data to make the most amount of money as possible. And that's why I say the sign-up fees, thinking the sign-up fees is the main source of revenue and the purpose of the business. The only purpose of the business is very foolish. So that's to answer that. And again, more details will come out on that. Honestly, when I learned a lot about how this all works, became very interesting as well. And I think the more people know, the more comfortable they'll be, not only with our firm, but with other firms as well. And I'm not gonna say like who does this and who doesn't, but I will say the industry leaders are market maker brokers, or at least the brokers you're trading on their prop firms are market maker brokers. And that is how this all goes down. So the more you know, guys, and soon you will know more, because we're looking to be the people that provide that information. Someone said, what support do you have, or does, I don't know what this person's saying. So what support do you have for the challenge someone loses? So sign up with VBS, sign up with Forex League. There's other people inside of the Discord in this education tab that are now posting their groups. So come in here, look for a group to join. I don't know why this person posted twice, but look for a group to join, and you guys can, get educated. Don't just keep buying challenges thinking you're going to get different results with the same actions. It's not a good thing to do, guys. So definitely look into getting some education if you are struggling. Highlighting persons you become funded would be a great marketing tool, like interview. Yeah, I mean, we're doing interviews now. We have a couple more lined up. There's going to be a new interview coming out this week. Actually, 2 new interviews coming out this week. Julius, thank you for the support. Lydia, thank you for the kind words. Do you have a minimum trade hold time? No, there's not a minimum trade hold time, guys. If you're trading and taking advantage of the demo environment, literally like trading within 3 seconds, closing the order, I mean, it's self-explanatory, you're gonna fail. Like that's taking advantage of the demo environment. It's not a profitable strategy. You can't execute those trades in the live market. In the live market, you don't truly get price at the price that you try to fill at. There is, on the back end, the liquidity provider providing you the price that is available. Depending on the broker, there's also like variable spreads, but we're not going to get too much into that. Just drop your question in here, user. Someone said, where should we drop our questions? Just drop it in there, man. Let's see. Is the fee and spread of the new broker going to be better than what's available? So the new broker is we're going to try to find like multiple liquidity providers that way that we can have a very competitive spread. At the end of the day, the broker sets the spread, right? So we're going to set the spread and the commissions to be literally as favorable as possible. All right, so we're getting to the end here. Which account size is the best seller, most popular? Honestly, we were very surprised about this. The account that's the best seller is the 200K. Because our price is so cheap compared to other firms. And obviously we're offering like the dashboard and everything, but the 200K has definitely been the best seller. Let's see. How can I trade my private account in your account? There's no trade copiers allowed, so you have to trade the funded trader account separately. Can we know? Yeah, for this question, this will kind of be the last question we're going to end with. Can we know the amounts of those who won the free challenge from the monthly leaderboard? If you come into the leaderboard, we went over this earlier in the call, and come into the leaderboard Hall of Fame, you can just come to their effects book. Just click on their effects book and you can see right there how much they actually made on the account. So that's pretty much it. That's all the questions that you guys had. I'm going to pick the winner of the giveaway after the call. I'll post the winner inside of the Discord chat. The winners will be receiving like a swag bag, right? So they're going to receive some merch, Funded Trader merch. I've got my first cup here. We got some hats, we got some shirts, stuff like that. So we're gonna send out like $100 worth of merch to 3 people. So thank you guys for hopping on, listening to me go on and on for about an hour and a half here. We appreciate obviously all of your support. We're doing the best that we can to improve the user experience. And yeah, we can't thank you guys enough for kind of being a part of all this. And like I said earlier, if you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, feel free to reach out to me directly, post in the Discord, and we'll consider it because you guys at the end of the day are what drives this community forward. So hope you all enjoyed the webinar. For those rewatching on YouTube or watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe to the page, help support us and everything like that. And we'll chat again very soon. So peace out, everybody.